Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is one of the best games I have ever played, and I'm not even a Zelda fan. This is the story of my journey to 100%. This 100% playthrough required over 300 hours of gameplay, 23 main quests, 1000 Koroks, 152 shrines, 120 light roots, 332 mini-bosses, and so much more. And it nearly ended my marriage. Something about prioritizing video games over my marriage, I guess. I love you, wifey. This game throws us straight into the action as we follow Zelda and Link exploring the gloom-infested basement of Hyrule Castle.
This strange gloom keeps getting thicker.
Why Zelda and Link descend further at this point? I have no idea. Creepy fog, creepy ruins, creepy Demon King history, and they come upon this creepy zombie guy being held by a glowing hand. We watch as the zombie reanimates itself, and is surely the big bad of our game. Homeboy attacks Zelda, whom we nobly defend. His power of gloom takes all our hearts and shatters our sword.
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
And we are left to watch helplessly as our big bad lifts Hyrule Castle into the sky. And as the ruins fall around us, our beloved Zelda and we wake up in a strange room with nothing but our underwear, somebody else's arm, and the shattered remains of the Master Sword. The place where we find ourselves is called the Great Sky Island. It serves as the tutorial for Tears of the Kingdom. Here we learn the basic controls of the game, including the initial 4 abilities that Link receives, which are Ultra Hand, Fuse, Ascend, and Recall. Using all of the abilities that we have learned thus far in the game, we are able to make it back to the Temple of Time on our search for Zelda. Once there, we are able to trade in our 4 Lights of Blessing for a heart vessel that gives us the strength to open the doors of the Temple of Time. Outside the temple, we come to an altar where our Master Sword is stolen by a glowing yellow light and gets sent back to Zelda. Zelda also tells us our primary directive.
Link! You must find me.
The first step on our journey to find Princess Zelda is to make it to Lookout Landing. If I'm being completely honest, I got lost for hours and hours and hours just wandering this beautiful open world Zelda game. This game is so beautiful and immersive that you can play for hours and hours and not even realize you're not working on the main story. I'm glad I eventually got my act together because we did come in contact with the best part of this game, Mommy Purah.
What exactly happened?
I didn't say mommy, you said mommy. After telling her every excruciating detail about our zombie friend and what happened with Zelda, she tells us about 4 regional phenomena that are disrupting the kingdom of Hyrule. The first one I decided to take down was the Rito village, which was being plagued by this massive storm cloud. We team up with this little bird named Tulin, who possesses the ability to create gusts of wind with his wings. With the help from Tulin's ability, we are able to climb the falling ruins debris and rise above the storm itself to find out what was within. This is the Wind Temple, the first temple of the game, where we will spend hours upon hours trying to solve the puzzle. We need to utilize Tulin's gusts of wind to activate 5 gears that open a trapdoor in the middle of the Stormwind arc. This door opens to reveal our first boss, the Colgera. This ice snake bird dragon thing was honestly not too hard to take down, and the mechanics around defeating it were honestly pretty cool.
We need to find a way to hurt it.
It launches its ice spikes at us, revealing a weak icy section that we can dive bomb through if we can dodge the ice spikes.
Don't get too close to the tornado.
I'm trying, bro.
Dodge it. Be careful.
Ouch. Upon defeat of the Kogera, the storm dissipates, and Tulin receives a tear and a vision from his ancestor. His ancestor tells him that the monster we just fought was summoned by the Demon King. He then proceeds to tell us that he was alongside the first king of Hyrule when they first fought against the Demon King in the Imprisoning War. Even with the power of the Zelda Vengers, they were unable to bring down the Demon King. When Rauru saw that they would eventually lose, he sacrificed his life to seal the Demon King away, thus ending the Imprisoning War. The Sage of Time came to him and told him that the Demon King would eventually awaken, and that Link would one day oppose him, and that he would need the power of the Sage of the Wind to help him.
I swear to you that when the Demon King returns, the Rito Sage of Wind will awaken once more. And you can count on the full support of the Rito.
The next regional phenomena that we decided to go to was Goron City. Luckily, in my previous 90 hours of exploration, I had solved a shrine nearby Goron City and was able to quick travel there. When we reach Goron City, everyone there is in a weird daze with glowing red eyes. It turns out that this WWE wrestler Yunobo, president of Yunobo Co., is wearing his wrestling mask around town again. He's convinced everybody to eat this weird marbled rock roast that has everyone, including him, hypnotized. So of course we head straight to Yunobo Co. to try to rip off this dude's mask. When we arrive, Zelda forces him to fight us. The fight is fairly simple. We just hop out of the way whenever he attacks us and attack him while he's dazed. Ooh, we're getting there. I do enjoy these challenge runs, but I would not do them if I wasn't streaming. I do think they're a lot of fun. After bringing down our boy Yunobo, we follow Zelda to the top of Death Mountain.
There she is! Princess!
Here, Zelda fades away into the volcanic ash and is replaced by Morasia, who we must take down in order to save our princess. After bringing down Morasia, we are able to drop down into the volcano to find the Fire Temple. I'm gonna be honest here, this is the temple that I struggled with the most in this game. The puzzle itself was not very hard, but you had to ride around on these train tracks to get to the gongs around the map. And I really struggled with this. That did not work. That did not work. I may have just lost the cart. No! No! After ringing the final gong, we are finally able to open the gate. These sages...
That's really big!
That's what she said. During the boss fight with this marbled Goma, I made a lot of embarrassing mistakes. Yes, but I need you to blow up the thing. Yeah, see. Now, what I haven't told you to this point is that I'm playing with only explosives as my weapons, which led to a lot of accidental suicides like this one. Nobody saw that. For real? Okay, this is causing me more trouble than I thought it was actually going to. Wait, oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, ow. Okay, I didn't think that through, obviously. Oh. We were going to make it. He has low enough health that with the last arrow, we could have done it. And did you see what I do? I choke, and I launched a fan arrow. I launched the fan. We made it. Finally, I got my act together and I took this guy down. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it only took 5 tries. Okay, 17. Who tells us the exact same story about the Imprisoning War from his perspective. The effects of the marbled rock roast fade from Goron City. And this little guy gives us our first little spoiler that the Zelda we keep seeing might not be Zelda. Next up on our list of regional phenomenals, we went to the Zora's Domain. This once beautiful land is being covered by sludge falling from the sky. Our friend Sidon sends us on a mission to find his father, the King of the Zora. Following a series of clues, we are able to find him, and he tells us he went into hiding because he was injured by a sludge creature, and how to find the key to the water temple. After following the king's instructions, we are able to go with Sidon to the water temple, where we find the source of the sludge afflicting the Zora domain. In order to solve this temple, we must activate the 4 faucets of the temple. The faucets are activated by using Sidon's power of water to activate these pinwheels. Okay. After solving the final one, we are able to activate the faucet to clean the sludge from the temple. But this also initiates our fight with Mukto Rock. This will be interesting. I just want to say beforehand, I promise I am better at this game than it's about to look like.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware that that could happen. Also, I should have healed.
We've got to stop it.
Remember what I said about seeming worse than I was. At this moment, I'm feeling pretty proud of myself because I remembered one of Link's core abilities was that if he shoots an arrow while he's falling, it slows down time and makes it easier to aim. Yeah, there's half his health. All right, okay. Deep breaths. All right, we got this. The goal, we can do this if we don't commit suicide by accident. If we commit suicide by accident, it's over.
All right, let's go.
And of course, just like both times before, Sidon receives his secret stone to amplify his power. We meet his ancestor, who tells him the exact same story about the imprisoning war, except from her perspective.
But Rahu, the first king of Hyrule, brought me and 5 other warriors together to oppose him.
And of course we know they failed. King Rauru sacrificed his life to imprison Ganon, and Zelda told her that she needed to prepare a descendant to aid Link defeat Ganon. Do you get it yet? The final regional phenomenal that we have left is Gerudo Town. Their phenomenal is that the desert is kicked up into a giant storm, which makes it really difficult to navigate. There's also Gibdos attacking. The people have taken shelter in their emergency camp below the throne room. Men are not allowed here, so we have to go through the back entrance. Once we slip in the back entrance, Boliara recognizes us as Link once we make it inside, and we are the only man allowed to enter. Boliara tells us to seek Riju at the ruins to the north. When we find her, she is struggling to control her lightning abilities and asks us to use arrows for her to direct her lightning. After a couple of practice rounds, we have to help defend the Gerudo trade post against Gibdo attacks. The town is surrounded on all 4 sides by Gibdos, and we have to use Riju's ability to shoot lightning at the glowing purple egg sacs, and then go around and kill all the Gibdos.
That hive is out of action.
After defeating all the Gibdos, we are sent on a mission by Riju to find the source of the voice that she heard summon her. In order to track down the lightning temple, we have to follow pillars and use mirrors to deflect beams of light in the desert. Through this triangle, the lightning temple rises through the sands. That's an equilateral triangle.
Though the ground we go.
Through the ground we go. It's Zelda. Zelda is here. Hi, Zelda. Don't scare her away. Why does she get to ride a walrus? I want to ride a walrus. course, when we try to enter the Lightning
Fine,
Temple,
hold on.
the Queen Gibdo attacks to try to stop us. This fight was really easy, and so I thought it was going to be an easy boss taken down, but once we got it down to half health, it ran from the fight, which is probably a sign that it's going to be our boss at the end of the temple and be much, much more difficult to defeat. Once we are inside the temple, there's a big battery that we need to charge, utilizing Riju's ability.
Let's go. We'll finish it off here and now.
Whoa, and immediate death. I was not expecting that. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Ow. Ah. Bro. Alright, come here, Riju. The Gibdos are mostly just annoying. They don't deal that much damage. Where are you, Queen? All right, we're getting close. We're getting close, boys. There we go. Let's go. You don't know how many times I've played through that. Then, of course, like all three sages before, Riju gets a secret stone, she becomes the sage, she meets her ancestor, yada 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 yada, it's exactly the same thing. Now that all 4 regional phenomenals have been completed, we return to Mommy Purah, and together we
Look
see
at this. Quickly.
Zelda standing creepily over the castle. So, obviously we head up to the castle to figure out what's up with her.
Come to me. I am waiting. Waiting for you.
Every time we catch up to where Zelda is in the castle, she disappears and is replaced by bad guys. Zelda again, she's going to turn into something again. Until the final one.
I have been waiting for you to arrive. Now, Link, there is something here I want to show you.
I don't trust this. Dare Bears, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. And as we watch, she turns into Ganondorf.
Cut him down.
Yo. Yo. Let's go. And then Daddy Ganon runs away with his tail between his legs because we're just that good. After this battle, we reunite with Purah to tell her about Zelda Ganon, and she realizes that there was a 5th sage that we have yet to identify, so she sends us to Kakariko Village to the Ring Ruins to investigate. Of course, being able to access the inside of these ruins in ways that nobody else can, we're able to snap a pic to get it translated. After translating it, Taro wants to meet us in the Zonai ruins to the south. Once we're there, he shows us a picture of a person in Zonai armor, and hints that we should gather up all the pieces. These pieces of armor were scattered throughout these Zonai ruins. When we don this armor and place a Zonai charge on the altar, it causes a brand new Sky Island to appear, which is obviously where we need to go to find out about the 5th sage. Crossing this brand new treacherous Sky Island, we are led to a mask that shoots a laser beam into the ground. I'm assuming that's where we're supposed to go. There's a laser. So we built a little flying machine to follow it, which had its own difficulties.
Pull up, pull up, pull up! Ooh, we are where we are going. Ah.
The laser beam mask gave us a one-way ticket down into the depths to this construct factory, where we start making a robot body for a mysterious voice in our head. After collecting all of the parts for her body, it turns out that this voice belongs to Mineru, and she knows Zelda, so I guess she's cool. Mineru asks for our help to help her recover her secret stone, and is even kind enough to highlight it on the map.
Located here.
We found her secret stone exactly where she marked it on the map, but what she didn't tell us is that it was in this creepy gloom-covered temple thing. And, shocker, commenced the boss fight. Gasp. Yo, the wall is electric. Yo, whoa. Okay.
That construct! I made it long ago! But the glow... It must be under the control of something monstrous!
Seized contract. This is fire.
If the Demon King has turned my creation into his pawn, we must defeat it. We can do this together, Link.
We got this, fam.
Out of all 5 boss fights, this one was my absolute favorite. The seized construct takes basically no damage from any attacks. After hitting him 3 consecutive times, he gets thrown back into the electric fence. It requires a lot more tactical skill than just brute force skill like the other 4 bosses. Just as with the other 4 sages, Mineru gives us a vision, but this time it's different than the other 4. This time we get to see Raru's sacrifice. We see Raru's sacrifice to seal away Ganon's magic until Link can return to defeat him.
Man.
I know exactly what it will cost me.
Now the last order of business before taking down Ganon and finishing the main story is to track down the Master Sword. Oh, Raru. Having known a little bit about Breath of the Wild before picking up this game, the first place that I thought to look was the Deku Tree. Upon arrival, the Deku Tree is overwhelmed by gloom, and there is this chasm in its heart that takes us to a boss fight with Phantom Ganon.
We got him. That wasn't even the real Ganon. That was just the spirit Ganon.
Now that we have cured the Deku Tree's illness, he tells us exactly where we can find the Master Sword, and he pins it on our map. The only problem is that it's moving. Now, when we go to the location of the pin, it's pretty dang obvious that it's actually the Light Dragon itself. The Dragon Tears and Geoglyphs I have avoided talking about up until this point, but if you've done them before seeking the Master Sword, it makes it pretty clear that the Master Sword has something to do with the Light Dragon. Now, after ripping the Master Sword out of the dragon's forehead, we can finally go after Ganon. After obtaining the Master Sword, we made it down to Ganon pretty uneventfully, and we are met there by the Zelda Avengers. Part 1 of the Ganon fight is defeating the Demon King army, which is really just a hodgepodge of bokoblins and horriblins sent to attack us. After bringing this army to its knees, we are left alone with Ganon.
Ow.
Daddy Ganon gets a little bit upset about how easy it was to take him down in the first round, so he unleashes his true Demon King form. Oh, fluff. Yo! Yo! Yo, that health bar! No! That health bar! Not if I get you first, fam.
I'm with you, Link.
Aw, Tulin.
I'll find that Demon King. All right, I'm here.
Aw, guys. Guys! I'm trying really hard not to cry while fighting Ganondorf. Ouch. Ouch. Ow. I literally ran straight into that. Whoa. I'm flying on a dragon. Now that Ganon has gone down, part 2 of our 100% journey is to get all of the collectibles, one of them being Koroks. There are 900 of these buggers hiding all around the map. They can be under rocks, hidden behind minigames, or need help finding their friend. Each one gives you 1 or 2 seeds for a total of 1,000. This has become the theme song of my nightmares. I hate these things with a fiery, burning passion. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I used a guide to find all 1,000. And if you tell me that you did not use a guide, I don't believe you. And if you really tried to do that, you're a bigger man than me. I was of course an idiot, and even having access to the map that showed me where all the Koroks were, I mislabeled one. So I spent 2 hours going one by one, making sure I had all 1,000. And this was our last Korok. The first 600-ish Koroks are worth doing because you can come here to Hetsu to have him upgrade your inventory to be able to hold more items. But after breaking our backs for this man, finding all 1,000 of his Koroks, this is what he gives us. Great. So do you like it? Next up on our journey was helping our boy Addison put up all 81 of his Addison signs. These signs are for Hudson Construction, and this man is so loyal that he's out here day and night 24/7 holding up these signs so that Hudson's face never touches the ground. Homeboy deserves a raise, just saying. Am I? I'm all out of signs! We got it! For helping Addison with all 81, we get the Addison's glider fabric, which is actually my favorite glider fabric in the game. Tears of the Kingdom has 152 total shrines. These shrines typically grant you a light of blessing in return for solving the puzzle within. These lights of blessing can be traded in for health or stamina bonuses. This is what happens when you claim 152 lights of blessing. Make your way to the Temple of Time. There you shall find a suitable reward. My wife would like to have words with you. This item is said to contain the spirit of a hero who once saved Hyrule. Now there's a lot of speculation from Zelda fans about what the hero's aspect is. I too am curious. I'm hoping it's something that they address in the inevitable DLC to come. The light roots came next. These were extremely easy to track down because we did all of the shrines first. If you weren't aware, all light roots and shrines are connected, so wherever you find a shrine, there is a light root below. Dispelling Darkness Metal! We've gotten every light root. They're all done. Let's go. We defeated all 332 mini-bosses in the game, which include all Gloomhands, Lynels, Gleoks, Frox, Hinox, Stalnox, Talus, and Flux Constructs. These were our rewards. Just think, it's the last one. It is the last one. Those are really the main highlights for the 100% playthrough of this game. I'll be completely honest, the one thing I did not do is upgrade all armor. After getting started on this, I spent hours and hours in front of her and I was nowhere even close, and there's no point in even doing it because there's no reward at the end. If you didn't know this about Zelda games, after you defeat Ganon, the game starts you back over right before the fight. So you can never truly 100% the game, unless you 100% it and then destroy Ganon. So that's exactly what we did. Alright, Daddy Ganon, let's go! Hang on, dang it, I forgot. Freeze, Ganon, stop it. I called timeout. That way. Let's go, Ganon. I thought you were a bad boy. Come on, Ganon. You were supposed to be all powerful, man. Demon King Ganondorf. Look at that health bar, chat. Let's go. All right, Ganon. I see you.
Enjoy these fun moments.
Dylan is coming to help us. Look how many Ganons there are. See, because I can just do this.
Oh, Link. I'm home.
There it is, chat. Complete. 100%. We did it! 310 hours, and now we are here.